My friend asked in the group chat if someone could wipe out an old laptop and install everything brand new. And I said, I'll do it. Just, next time we see each other, bring me the laptop. Now, the last time I did this for someone, they wanted me to also back up their old hard drive documents, and they couldn't log into their PC. So they wanted me to basically like hack into it and extract their hard drive files and put it on a USB or something like that. And when I did that, this dude, I didn't look through the documents, like open them up, because that's just invading his privacy. I just saw the folder names and the file names as I was extracting them and putting them on the USB. So this dude had all sorts of tax documents, wedding photos. Like, this dude is lucky I was around, because if you ask some random dude in some hardware store, he could have stolen all your information, exploited you. You can't trust these people, bro. So this time around, this next friend of mine, he just wants me to wipe everything and install something brand new. So I get his laptop. I just erase his whole system and install a fresh version of Windows. Obviously, the first thing most people do when they install Windows is either install Firefox or Chrome or Brave, which, is still based on Chromium. So, hey, just like Edge, but, people got a problem with it. Y'all using the same browser engine on everything, like Chrome, Edge, Brave, any Google-driven Chromium ecosystem. I mean, listen, use what you like. Just the irony of when people be like, I'm not using Chrome or anything by Google while they watch YouTube, because that makes sense. Like, we forget who owns YouTube, but big evil Google company is privacy intrusive and all this. So let's just avoid Chrome, but let's use another browser based on the engine, except it's modified. It's still the same engine. It doesn't change the fact, despite the modifications done. Sure, it's not Google controlled Brave, but to be harshly critical about using Google-based products, but then proceed to use something based on an open source project maintained by Google, Chromium, which Brave depends on because it relies on Google updates to keep the engine secure and functional, is a bit odd. It's not entirely free of Google's influence, the Brave browser. It's still good, a good browser in my opinion, but all that anti-Google talk doesn't make any sense. But anyway, I digress. Firefox has its own specific issues too, especially with this engine and the other smaller browsers that rely on the Gecko engine. Also, casual users may not take advantage of Firefox's privacy features and settings, which a lot of us don't really realize exists, and it has a lot of it. But again, casual users of Firefox don't care about that stuff or even know it's a thing, which may leave some people less protected than they might expect, which is why I think people end up switching to Brave, because since they don't know how to configure their Firefox, they rather use something that automatically configures it for them and maintains it for them, which is why I said I don't think Brave is bad. I think it works for many people who don't want to deal with this stuff. Hey, it is what it is. I'm a Firefox user in any case. So I installed Firefox on this guy's computer, right? I put some privacy add-ons on and some extra stuff. I switched on the tracking protection and, now just to make sure the internet was working to even begin with. A good website that I usually check to make sure it works is youtubecom first, right? And it took a while to load. And if you go incognito mode and go to YouTube, you'll see this too. Some of the recommended videos on a fresh browser, maybe some of you have this right now, it shows children videos or family videos. And, I saw on the laptop, these recommended videos, some of these thumbnails are weird. You got these little kids all up in the picture. And, I gotta be real with you here. And I've said this several times. I don't watch YouTube personalities. However, I have heard several times about channels, specifically family channels, where weird things have happened. I don't remember the exact channel name. Somebody will probably say in the comments. If you know, just leave it down below. There was this old family channel that used to pull pranks on their children. And these pranks, these children were really emotionally distressed from it. Look, prank channels in general, in my opinion, are just not something I'm into. I'm sorry if you watch them, in my opinion, may bother you. It's not entertaining to see, other people perform mischief on others and take advantage of either their trust or their unawareness for entertainment. Internet points to a bunch of strangers. It's not funny to me. When I was like 12, it was funny. As a grown man now, it's not funny to me. Listen, I've been pulled up on like maybe 4 times in the city, New York City. And it's not on like some celebrity type thing, but I could tell that the person who pulls up on me is some young man who wants to interview random people on the street and make content. I'm sure you've seen stuff like that, right? People just like pull up with the little microphone and be like, hey, let me ask you a question. But I can't trust you because I don't know if you're going to ask me some goofy question that puts me in a compromising position, or like I'll feel uncomfortable to answer this question because I'm baffled by how ridiculous or extreme it was. Or you're going to try to pull some prank on me because you want to go viral. And I think, I think about that with these prank channels. Again, maybe this stuff is funny to you. So when I already have an unwelcoming feeling towards pranking, and then I see a family channel do that with their children, it's like, bruh, pulling pranks on your own children under the disguise that it's entertainment, it's wild to me. Family channels, they gather so much revenue on social media platforms because they're obviously, quote, family friendly, family channel, family friendly, obviously, of course. Therefore, it's easier for companies to invest into ad partnerships or other forms of sponsorship or even merchandise to these channels. Less of a risk. These family channels will make so much more revenue from this on top of what YouTube already pays them. But here's the thing, and don't get it twisted. I'm not saying all family channels are evil and malicious. I'm not saying that. But if your content is primarily focused on children, and these children are being put in front of a camera and made to entertain people, otherwise, why would you put it in front of a camera? You know what I'm saying? If they are the primary reason for this channel's financial success, I don't know how I truly feel about that. If I had a child, you would never see that kid's face on the internet. I don't even understand why. Sorry to pick on women here, because I notice this happens mostly with women. I do get it that you're proud to be a mother now, but why are you posting your fresh newborn baby and or your children on Instagram or Twitter when you know the internet is filled with weirdos and creeps, perverts? These kids don't even understand the impact and how the internet is and the people who will creep up on them or creep up on the pictures of them. We have, see, and if you really think I'm exaggerating right now, we have whole YouTube channels right now, and communities, not just YouTube channels, communities too, based on catching predators on the internet. And it's sad because these channels and communities are able to find consistent content. It's not like, oh, once in a while we finally caught someone and now we can make a video. It's not like to catch a predator back on NBC where it's like, they had to film over a long period of time to make a season. No, these people, you guys are just finding videos back to back. Y'all finding just people back to back easily. And we all know about these type of channels, right? And y'all still find it comfortable to post your children online knowing there are people who you don't know across the country or the world probably looking at your children in ways that you don't want people to look at them as? You know what it is? And I don't understand how people may disagree with this point, but I feel like children are too young to understand what it means to have their lives publicly broadcasted on the internet. It's impossible for an infant or a toddler to consent to this stuff, yet these family channels are still posting them. Even when people post them on Instagram or Twitter. Okay, even older children who may agree to participate, they can't fully understand or grasp like the long-term adult influencers who choose to share their lives. Like myself, I openly talk about my life on the internet. I am way different than a child in some family vlog who has no say in the matter. Some family channels are also a bit too much because they publicize detailed information about their child's routine or even school, or even if you don't do this intentionally, you might even share their location or at least where y'all are at. You get what I'm saying? And you know how people, you ever notice how like sometimes people are like recording vlogs and they see like a store in the background, then they know automatically where you live. You know what I'm saying? You know how people figure that stuff out? Like, you doing a family vlog and now you're doing that and now they, you know what I'm saying? And again, I don't understand how people can justify this or disagree with this, but making your child's life accessible to everyone now or in the future is a little bit wild to me. You think privating videos will fix it? You think just taking down the pictures will fix it eventually? Listen, y'all act like people don't download videos. Y'all act like people don't take screenshots. Imagine now you got some random person on the internet who has your family vlog with your children in it downloaded on their computer and probably backed up somewhere on some other website. You're cooked. It looks like to end up with unforeseen consequences. Aku, you're being too harsh. These family videos and channels are harmless. What's wrong with somebody just sharing their family life? You know, they love their family. Bruh, I'm not saying these family channels are malicious and evil again. I'm not saying they don't love their family. They're not trying to make some money to support their family or their child's future. And you may be correct. Even though these family videos or vlogs may be harmless, may appear harmless, they expose children to thousands and millions of viewers without the child having a full understanding of everything I mentioned in this video so far. You know how weird it sounds to imply or double down on the fact that you think your child has complete awareness and conscious permission over the personal family moments they experience being broadcasted to the internet for entertainment? Does that not sound weird? Controlling, maybe? Yo, think about it like this. If this still isn't rationalized to you, I think everyone watching this video, I think we have all seen pictures of ourselves from the past, right? Old posts you made, old videos you uploaded, you know, you may feel embarrassed or even feel it was unwanted attention. And you feel this way because you grew older, matured, hopefully, and you changed. Now, I'm sure you can think of plenty of cringe things you've done as a kid or a teenager. But at that time period, you didn't realize how much you'd regret or feel embarrassed by it later on. Now think about how all these children feel as their lives and their moments are broadcasted all over social media because their parents want to film family vlogs. You think they're not going to look back and also feel moments of embarrassment? With all this said, man, the psychological impact of a child who is constantly filmed for some vlog, it may make them start acting weird. Think about, like, it might pressure them to feel like they have to behave a certain way because they know it's camera time. I'm not a psychologist. Don't you think it could be potentially dangerous because it could cause anxiety issues, or maybe because they have to act a certain way so often because a camera's in their face, because their mom or dad wants to film a vlog? Like, you know, they might start developing identity issues when they're off camera. And if you think that's a reach, I think a lot of content creators experience that. Their whole life is on social media. They're constantly recording, where their off-camera personality is like they're always trying to entertain because of that. They always think a recording is active or they're on a live stream. So I don't think anything I'm saying will change anything. Family channels are still going to exist because they make a lot of money. If I could make a suggestion, maybe some of the revenue needs to be put aside for the child's future, which, you know, a lot of these family channels say that they're going to do anyway. Furthermore, there should be clear guidelines on this type of content that, you know, what should be appropriate to share on social media platforms. Guidelines should prioritize a child's privacy and dignity, not pranking them or publicizing their deeply personal family moments, or moments that you may feel will embarrass them as they grow older and change and rationalize things differently. Get what I'm saying? That's how I look at this. I think these family channels should be investigated. Saying that may sound a bit predetermined of guilt, right? But if they get investigated and nothing, listen, it doesn't have to be a public, like, we're going to investigate the channel. Like, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be like an announcement, but, like, you know, if there's like, if there's no potential risk of unwarranted consequences, then these people should have nothing to be worried about. For people shouldn't be mad that someone's just like investigating that you have your children on the internet and, you know, you're publicizing their lives. You know, you can't really ban people from posting their family. I'm just worried about how much of a impact this will have in the future to these children. I think it's a valid concern. Again, I can't stop people from posting their family on the internet. It's not my family, so maybe I should mind my own business. That's why I don't watch these channels to begin with. It's just, again, I think it's a valid concern. You know, how do you guys feel? This episode is found on Spotify and YouTube. Times Square.
Nightmare 7 a.m. in the morning though. No surprise. Times Square's you and I under those lights. No disguise. Don't tell me everything you wanted was a lie. All those city lights, it's an endless night. Never expected you to bring me so much life. Close my eyes too long, then it's time to say goodbye. Let's dance all night until the stars don't show glow. Till the sunrise, then we go solo. Making up for all the times that we were low. Let's make some memories before we do go. Let's dance all night until the stars don't show glow. Till the sunrise, then we go solo. Making up for all the times that we were low. Let's make some memories before we do go. Caution. Wait a moment, keep my heart locked away, it's filled with emotion. Gave the key to you, right in front of you is open. Hey, try your best to not leave it broken. Oh, it's been a while since you know it's frozen.